Good morning, Shefa Borov Azrachu Shvatash Gutima Torim. Parashat chayey Sara, beautiful parashat like all the parashot. And one of the interesting things is that we see that how we are being told the age of Sara Imenu. Vayu chayey Sara, 100 shana, ו20 shana, ו7 shanim. 100 years, 20 years, and 7 years, shnei chayey Sara, the years of Sara Imenu. Question is, why is this all again and again and again? 100 shana, and then again shnei chayey Sara. You can say vayu chayey Sara 127 shana, 127 years, and that is 100 years, 20 years, 7 years. What's it all about? And then you say again shnei chayey Sara. We understood vayu chayey Sara. You said vayu chayey Sara. We said that's the time of Sara Imenu. They say it again. Those are the years of Sara Imenu. And here's something very important. By the way, the same way it's written with Avram Avinu. Near the end of the parasha, it's written, Ele yemei shnei chayei Avram, the years of Avram, asher chai 100 shana, ו70 shana, ו5 shanim. Again, 100 years, 70 years, and 5 years. Again, the same year. What is the Torah trying to tell us? The Torah is trying to tell us that every year has got a meaning. And there are certain ages that you act accordingly. You have the stage of childhood, you have the stage when you grow up, you have the stage when you get married, you have the stage when you're older, and in each one of those stages you have to understand it's got a double meaning. Shnei is also shnaim. It's not only years in Hebrew. Shnei is shnaim, 2. It's got a double meaning. What is a double meaning? And by the way, that's also me'arat ha'machpelah, double machpelah. What is double? That's the connection. Me'arat ha'machpelah is the connection between this world to the next world. And the same thing, what we are learning here, Vayu chayey Sara, says Sara Imenu, she lived her life that she used every minute at the right way in order to gain also the reward in the next world. In other words, whatever you do in this world, it's got a double meaning. What you do here and the effect at the Olam Haba. So this is 2. And we say about Sara Imenu the same with Avraham Avinu. Shnei chayei. It's like to understand that the quality of life that you should live. And this brings me to a very interesting midrash. We talked about that thing in the past. Rabbi Akiva haya melamed v'talmidim yoshtim. Rabbi Akiva was teaching, and the students, the talmidim, are half asleep. Menamnemim. Rabbi Akiva, the great Rabbi Akiva, and they are half sleeping. Unbelievable. Rabbi Akiva wanted to wake them up, so he told them a midrash. מה ראתה אסתר המלכה לשלוט על 127 מדינה? What was the merit of Esther Hamalka, the Queen Esther, to rule over 127 states, countries? So, what was the zchut? בזכות שהייתה בת ביתה של שרה אימנו שחייתה 127 שנה. This is because of Sara Imenu that lived 127 years. 127 years against 127 countries. What does it mean? And how do you wake up your Talmidim this way? What's the idea? The idea is very simple. We all know Eshet Chayil. We sing it every Erev Shabbos. In Eshet Chayil, one of the explanation is talking about Sara Imenu. And it's written there, ותקום בעוד לילה, ותיתן טרף לביתה וחוק לנערותיה. She woke up in the night and worked for the day. What does it mean? תיתן טרף לביתה, וטרף is like a bird brings food to the house. And chok, the chok is normally, it's not a law, in the meaning of law, it's chok is like panusa. So why is this double thing being brought? Teref and chok. The reason is that Sara Imenu, Shnei chayei Sara, one of the explanations is she, all her life she lived whole, like she was completed with mitzvahs and everything. So the question is, how can you do mitzvahs at the age of 1, 2, 3, 4, and you also, only from the age of 12, a girl has to keep the mitzvahs. So what Sara Imenu did to complete the picture, she used to wake up, get up in the night in order to fulfill the days that she couldn't do the mitzvahs. So, in other words, now we understand. Even in the simple way, She woke up in the middle of the night in order to achieve things, in order to do things, in order to do mitzvahs. And he says, you sleeping in the middle of the day. Look at Sara Imenu. That she, in the middle of the night, not only she didn't sleep, she woke up and did mitzvahs and learned. And you in the middle of the day are sleeping. Oh, now we understand what woke them up. But there is another explanation of Chidushei Arim, and he brings a beautiful explanation. As we said, 127 against 127. So we see that what Sara Imenu did, she achieved that her great-daughter won 127 countries. Okay? But there is some 127 years against 127 countries. So in other words, every year is a country. And every month is a city. And every week is a neighborhood. And every day is a building. And every hour is a flat. And every minute is a room. In other words, what Rabbi Akiva wanted to say to his students, you don't understand and realize the reward. You don't understand. You're wasting time. Every minute is important. Every minute you can achieve a room, every hour a flat, and a house, and a country. So use the time wisely. You're sleeping in the middle of the day. Don't you understand what you're missing and what you're losing? And talking about time, you know, my friend is important of Rolex. Do you know the prices of Rolex? 50,000 shekel, 100, 150, and there are Piaget and other Patek Philippe. There are watches that can cost fortune, 500, 600, I don't know, I'm not going into it. And people buy those watches. Now, look at the funny thing. Why do they buy this watch? Why do they buy the watch? To show off. Why, look, I've got a Rolex, I've got a Patek Philippe. And they forget for a minute, what is the watch about? The watch is showing you the time. In other words, instead of looking at the watch, how the time goes, we go, you know, what we say, time is money. Time is money. And that's the world. By the way, on the dollar, what is written? In God we trust. Again, we made the dollar, the money, our God. We're running after the money and we forget that we're wasting time. And the funny thing is to buy an expensive watch to show off instead of looking at the watch that shows you the time, and use the time wisely and don't waste it on nonsense. Take your time and use it to build yourself, to build your Olam Haba. And this is the meaning of 127 against 127. Use the time wisely. Time is Torah. Time is not money. And talking about time and about the meaning of things and the way we look at them from the outside, and you know, it's all shiny and all looks bright. Wow, look at this beautiful world, how it looks. Yes, you're right. But what is inside? What's the meaning of it? And this always reminds me this famous story that Rav Adam Sinai tells about in Russia. A teacher came out to a class of his children, and he wanted to show them that there is no God. So what did he do? He went into the class and he took up from the pocket his pen, says, "What is this? Do you see this? Do you see the pen?" He says, "Yes, we see the pen." "You see the pen? It means there is a pen." Then he took a book. He says, "Do you see the book? Do you see the book?" "Yes, we see the book." It means that there is a book. Then he took a bag. He said, "Do you see the bag?" He says, "Yes, we see the bag." It means there is a bag. "Do you see God?" "No, we don't see God." "Oh, that means there is no God." Wow. But there was a Jewish kid, a clever one, and he asked the teacher, "Can I also try?" He says, "Whoa, of course you can try. Bakasha, do it." So he's taking his pen. "Do you see the pen?" "Yes, you see the pen?" It means there is a pen. "Do you see the book?" "Do you see the book?" "Yes, it means there is a book." "Now, do you see the bag?" "Bag, you see the bag?" "Yes, we see the bag." It means there is a bag. He says, "Do you see the brain of the teacher?" He says, "No, we don't see." So it means there is no brain. It's a funny thing, but that's how life goes. We unfortunately, look a lot of times on what's from the outside, and we don't understand what's inside. And this is one of the biggest lessons of our parsha, to see what's going on. Look at Eliezer, the slave of Avraham Avinu. I don't want to go into it too much, but if you look in the parsha, you will find out that Eliezer is not mentioned. There is mentioned Eved Avraham, but we all know that Eved Avraham that is in the parsha is Eliezer Eved Avraham. Why do we think it's Eliezer Eved Avraham? Because it's written very clearly that he is the guy that's in charge on everything, and this is Eliezer. But there is another funny thing. Not only the name is not mentioned, Eliezer in the middle is written as a man, Ish. And then afterwards, he comes again a slave, an Eved. What happened here? What is the Torah trying to tell us? And by the way, the story of Eliezer is being told twice. It says, Yafa sichatam shel avdei avot yoter mitoratam shel banim. That what the slave of our fathers are telling, the stories, the sicha, the conversation, is more beautiful than the Torah of the sons of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Yes? So let's see what's going on here. Eliezer has got a daughter. Avraham Avinu wants him to go to Canaan and bring a wife from his family. Now, he wants his daughter to get married, but he realized, Avraham says, it's impossible. It doesn't work like this. Now, he is doing everything quickly, unbelievable. He's running and doing things like, if you look at the parsha, you will find out unbelievable things, the way Eliezer is doing all those things. And one of the things is, Avraham Avinu is blessing him. He's telling him, God is going to bring you success. And it's not enough for him. But look what he's saying. When he comes, ויקח העבד, לעבד זכר ויאמר, השם אלוקי אדוני אברהם, אקרן על לפני היום ועשה חסד עם אדוני אברהם, הנה אנוכי. He is asking God success, but Avraham already blessed you. You have the blessing, and he's asking him to be blessed from God. And not only this, he's doing something very strange. He says, the girl that will come and will give me water and to the 10 camels, this is the girl. Now, what is this? Is Nichushim? What, you guessing? You are not allowed to guess. If this is going to happen, so this is... No, it's not guessing. He's testing. Because for the house of Avraham, you need a girl that is going to be chesed, 100% chesed. And we see, it's unbelievable. Rivka, this small girl is coming, and he's asking her for water, and she gives him water, says, I'm going also to give water to you 10... You know how long it takes to water 10 camels, to give them water? You know, they drink for a few days. It's unbelievable. And this little girl is running backwards, forwards to bring water. And you know, Eliezer is there with 10 slaves. They're not helping this little girl. What's going on? They're looking at her. It says he wants to see if God is with him and this is successful. What? Don't you see? He says, you know, there are those who talk a lot and do nothing. He says, this little girl is telling me she's going to water me and give water to the camels. Let's see if she's really doing it. And when she did it, he realized, that's it. That's Rivka. Now, he's not waiting a minute. Look what's happening. He's giving her the jewels, the takshitim that he brought, the jewelry that he brought. And even before he's asking him who she is, because he realizes, that's it. Chesed like this is the family of Avram, and she is suitable, and that's it. And only then is asking. By the way, when he tells the story again to the house of Rivka, he is changing it. He says, first of all, he asked her who she is, and then he gave it in order not to say, what's going on here? Anyway, look what's going on here. Rivka, and everybody's rushing here. Vayomer says, the daughter of who has, but can I stay in your place? He says, yes, of course. ויום ברוך השם אלוקי אברהם אשר לא רצדו יסדו ואתה רוצה אברהם ואתה רוצה נערה, and the girl runs to home and says because a visitor, etc., etc. I'm not going to all the details because we've got no time. And anyway, he comes home, בוא ברוך השם, come in, ויבוא האיש הביתה, and he gives to the camels, he gives to food, and he washes the legs, and they put food in front of him. So listen, ויאמר לא אוכל עד אשר דיברתי. I'm not eating before I say what is the reason I'm here. And then he tells them, I came here to take a wife for my master son's Yitzchak. And he said me to go to the father of my house, of my father, and blah, blah, for my family. And look what's happening. And he came here and he tells us the story again. And I'm going very briefly on it. You can all read it later on, slowly. And now, if you want to be merciful, and truth, tell me if you give me this girl, Rivka, or not. If not, I'm going away. I'm not staying here. He says, here is Rivka, you can take her. When he listened to this, and he bows to God, and he brings them all presents, and he gives to Rivka, and etc. And he wakes up in the morning, says, okay, I'm going to go. He says, well, let the girl let her stay a few days to come to her senses, to realize what she's going. She's going to leave her house and to go to a strange place. What's going? But he doesn't want to wait. He says now, and he's doing. Why is he doing this all in this rush? What is this rush? And then, as we said, in the beginning, it's written Eved Avraham. Eved Avraham. Here, 1 minute. Let's go to the beginning. ויאמר אליו העבד, וישם העבד, ויקח העבד. And you can go on to the whole parsha. הוכחת לעבדך, sorry, this is not one of them. וירוץ העבד לקראתה, he runs to Rivka when near the water. And then suddenly, when the whole episode with Rivka starts, והאיש משתאה. He's not a slave anymore, he's not a, the ish is a man. And then, is going on. And then, when he sees that he's successful, the man, not the slave, he is bowing to God. And he comes, then Lavan comes, ויבוא אל האיש, again the ish. And we're going on, ויבוא האיש, again the ish. And then, and when the whole thing finishes, when he's going away back to Avram Avinu, הנה אנוכי, 1 minute. ויהי כאשר שמע עבד אברהם, is again a Eved. What is the Torah trying to tell us? The Torah is trying to tell us something very important. In the Torah, when there is ish and something afterwards, what he's doing, it means he came to perfection in this subject. For example, in Ish Yehudi haya b'Shushan Abira, we're talking about Mordechai Yehudi that was in Shushan. It's written Ish Yehudi, a Jewish man, Ish Yehudi, because he, in his Jewishness, became to perfection. Even everybody is bowing to Haman and Rasha, he is not bowing. And another example, Moshe, Ish HaElokim, the man of God. He got to the highest level that a human being can get. And here also, in a slave, if we want to be, what's the meaning of being a slave to God? What is the meaning to be Eved Hashem, to worship God in the right way? Eliezer is teaching us. He had his daughter. He wanted his daughter to get married to. And believe me, she was a righteous girl, a tzadikah, with chesed, with everything, because Eliezer himself, they say, he was a Talmid Chacham of Avram Avinu. So his daughter was also raised up by Eliezer in the house of Avram, but Avram Avinu told him not. So he now knew he doesn't want the bad inclination or bad influence or Satan coming and influence him to find something wrong with Rivka or with something that, because if he stops for a minute, Yetzirah will come in and tell him, okay, it's not Rivka, yeah, it's not this, it's not that. Then he can go back home and tell Avram, maybe my daughter is suitable. I didn't find any other suitable girl for your son. So he's doing everything quickly, tak, 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 that Yetzirah will not disturb him. And that's a lesson for all of us. to understand and realize sometimes in life when we have some desire for something, or we want a benefit of something, but we have to do something, we have to concentrate on what we're doing. Do it quickly. Don't let your thoughts go in and disturb. Don't let Yetzer Hara to come and disturb you. And also, look what's inside in things and not only on the outside, and understand the quality of life and the reward that is waiting for us, the double meaning of Shnei Chayey Sara, Shnei Chayey Avraham, and use the watch to look at the time and spend the time in the right way. Not time is money, time is Torah. All the best. Shefa Brucha v'Hatzlucha.